All right, so here's part 2 to our Unit 6, Day 4. Sorry, I had to think about that. It takes a while for the videos to upload after I finish them, so I started dinner. Hopefully I can finish the video before my dinner is done. Racing against the clock here. Number 10. Again, 30, 60, 90. We know the hypotenuse, so we're going to use the formula that has hypotenuse in it. So in this case, Mr. Brumman, move over the notes. Oh, okay, thanks. Hypotenuse equals 2 times short. So our hypotenuse we know is 16, and our short in this case is y. Divide by 2 on both sides, and you get y equals 8. Now remember, that's the length of the short side as well. So we can use our long equals, so this is the long side equals the short side times square root of 3. The long side is x equals short. We know the short side is 8, so 8 times square root of 3. Boop. Boop. The next one, number 11. Number 11. We know the short side is 11, so we can use either one in either order, it doesn't matter. Hypotenuse is equal to 2 times short. Hypotenuse in this case is x. X is equal to 2 times 11. 2 times 11 is 22. And then long is equal to short times square root of 3. Long in this case is y. Y equals 11 times square root of 3. And that is done. And then for number 12, this case, it's a little bit tricky. The 30 degrees is here. That means the 60 degrees is here. Always across from the 30 degrees is going to be your shortest side. Across from the 60 degrees is going to be your longest side. And then the hypotenuse is going to be across from the 90 degrees. And this is only in a 30, 60, 90. But generally, if the degree measurement's shorter, then the side across from that has to be shorter. Smaller. And then the side's shorter. Sorry, wrong words there. So we've got, let's see, this is in terms of the long side, so we're going to start with long equals short times square root of 3. The long side is 13 square root of 3, and that equals the short side, which is x times square root of 3. Get x by itself, so we're dividing by square root of 3 on both sides. That cancels over here as well. So we have x equals 13. Now remember, x is the short side, so when we use our hypotenuse, remember it's hip to use the hypotenuse formula, is 2 times your short side. And your hypotenuse, in this case, is y. Y equals 2 times your short side. Your short side is 13, so 2 times 13. And you get y equals 26. Box those. This one says complete the table. This is giving you kind of like different cases. So the case, for example, is I found the auto adjust button, autofocus button. Amazing. So we've got this case, y is the hypotenuse. And then when it works, it's amazing. Hypotenuse, and then x is going to be your... Come on. I believe in you. There we go. X is going to be your... X is going to be your shorter side. Or sorry, your leg in this one. So x is your leg. So then to get the actual values, what we do is we take our hypotenuse times our hypotenuse is equal to our leg times square root of 2. So in this case, if our leg is 5, then our hypotenuse is 5 times the square root of 2. Similarly, if we want to find what the leg is, and we know the hypotenuse, then we're going to divide by square root of 2. So if I wanted to get what the leg is, so if I'm solving for leg, that means I'm trying to get leg by itself, trying to get my leg by itself. Divide by square root of 2 on both sides, divide by square root of 2 on both sides. So that means hypotenuse divided by square root of 2, that's going to be the length of the leg. So if I divide the hypotenuse, 4 square root of 2, if I divide it by square root of 2, 4 square root of 2 divided by square root of 2, these cancel and you're left with 4. If you take square root of 2 times square root of 2, so if you take square root of 2 times square root of 2, then you get 2. If you take 9 times square root of 2, you get 9 square root of 2. 24 divided by square root of 2 doesn't simplify in the way that you know yet, so it's just 24 over square root of 2. So that's with a 45, 45, 90 triangle. With a 30, 60, 90 triangle, we're going to identify each of the sides first. So A is your short side, B is your long side, and C is hip for hypotenuse. So to get the short side, to get the long side from the short side, we take the long side, take the short side, which is 9 times square root of 3. To get the hypotenuse, we take it times 2. So we're going to take the short side times 2, and we get 18. So similarly, we can fill in the rest by just going other directions, depending on which way we're going. So to get the short side, when we know the long side, we divide by square root of 3. So this would be 9 divided by square root of 3. Again, we're filling out based on the column. And then if it's 9 square root of 3 times 2, then it's 18 divided by square root of 3. These look similar. These two look similar. These are different problems. So this column is one type of triangle. This column is another type of triangle, and so on. The next one, 5 square root of 3. Again, we divide by square root of 3 to get the short side. So that's 5. And then to get the hypotenuse, we double 5, and we get 10. Your goal is that as you're doing these on the homework, is that you come up with these like that as you're working through them, just because you've been doing them and feel comfortable enough with them. 11, get the long side, take it times square root of 3, so 11 times square root of 3. And then to get the hypotenuse, double 11, and you get 22. If you know the hypotenuse, you have that, so take it divided by 2 to get the short side, so that's 8. Take 8 times square root of 3 to get your long side. That's the chart. Down here below, find the value of each variable, write your answers in simplest radical form. So this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle, so 10 and S have to be exactly the same. And then R is your hypotenuse. So because R is your hypotenuse, we're going to take 10 times square root of 2. This is 2 n degrees and n degrees, so this has to be 60 degrees, and this has to be 30 degrees. That means that P is the short, Q is the long, and 30 is the hypotenuse. That means that the short side is half the length of the hypotenuse. So if it's half the length of the hypotenuse, then we know that it is 30 divided by 2. So P is equal to 15, 30 divided by 2. And then to get the long side, we take 15 times radical 3. For this last one, we know that x degrees and x degrees, those are the same. So this has to be a 45, 45, 90. So the leg here is 12. So x is 45, because it's 45 degrees. A little tricky there. And then to get the hypotenuse, we take the leg, which is 12, times square root of 2. And don't forget to box your answers. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos. I'm just joking. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out. Let me know. I'm happy to teach you this way in the best way that I can. Can't wait to see you all. See you soon. Bye.